Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your September 2025 General Tarot reading with me, Coco. Welcome. This is Birdsong Musings Tarot. And if you're new here, I hope that you consider sticking around, subscribing to the channel, liking the video if this reading connects with you. You can also feel free to leave a comment. I always love seeing people's comments about how the readings resonate with them. If you are not new here, welcome back. Now, as always, my readings are general readings when they are monthly readings, so they're not going to land with everybody all of the time. And if this reading is not landing with you, I do highly recommend that you check out the readings for your moon and rising zodiac signs. There are just some months where we connect more with our moon, our sun, our rising. Happens for me all the time. So let's get into your reading. I've pulled the nitty-gritty, the details so far. We are going to pull the general energies together. We're also going to pull some advice cards and see which animal guides are walking with you through the month as well. I do have a brand new deck that I'm using and very excited to be using. It's the Green Witch's Oracle. What do ASMR people do? Okay, let's get into it. Woo! Okay. So the card that came up is Mending, number 52. I definitely feel like there is some ego, bruised ego mending here. Yeah, Clean It Up is the other card that came up. So cleaning things up, getting things together, physically mending. If you've been sick, if you're chronically ill, you're getting to the bottom of coping mechanisms for your illness. If you have been sick for a while, it feels like you are finally clearing things out. Maybe there's been something that's making you sick and you finally realize it in the month. That could be a food, that could be something in your environment, it could be pet dander, anything along those lines. Not saying like you're going to get rid of your pet. No, it's more so just finding ways to work around it so that you feel better. But also emotionally, I feel like there's a lot going on for you in the month. You're getting a handle on your mental health struggles as well, if that is something that you struggle with. We're going to look deeper into that, but let's just get one more card here and see what else is going on for you before we get into the details. Bone Collector, number 1. That's cool because you've actually got the last card. Number 52 in this other deck is the last card of the deck, and this is the first card of this deck. Bone Collector always shows up when there is us parsing out and managing trauma. Physical trauma or emotional trauma. So I do, again, get a strong sense that this month of September is going to be very important for you, Sag, in the realm of healing and helping your bruised ego. I feel like you might have some sadness there in how you show up or how people have treated you in the past. And I think there's a lot of work that you're doing on how you feel about yourself. And especially when it comes to like your own success, your own emotional fulfillment, and your need for adventure in the world. I think you're respecting that part of you. And Bone Collector signals that you're getting back in touch with the side of you that kind of had to disappear in order for you to survive, or the side of you that you had to push down, the side of you that as a result of fear or trauma or something even along the lines of not being able to show up as you who you really are, not something that was maybe overly traumatic, but just feeling like you can't be yourself even that much. That's something that you're coming to terms with, and it feels like you're getting to know the other parts of yourself that maybe have been pushed down for good reasons sometimes. Those are coping mechanisms, those are survival tactics. But now it's like, okay, how can we clean it up? How can we clear out the coping mechanisms that are no longer needed and that might be a bit unhealthy? And how can we come around and mend and heal? Now you're showing up really seeing this from a logical perspective because you've got the Queen of Swords and the Five of Swords. The Queen of Swords is highly logical. She comes from her left brain. She's very much a planner. This is air sign energy. So this is like cerebral. This is you being like, how can I fix this? What are the boxes that I need to check to fix this? And at the same time, it feels like you have a nice balance between how can I fix this? How can I get into a therapist session? What do I need to do in order to maybe cope with my chronic illness? What are the different medications that are available to me? So this is you planning and balancing that out with another really lovely energy that you got is the Queen of Cups, which is balancing that out with your emotional side, balancing that out with your right brain. Okay, so I see you really taking reign and taking the lead on this with yourself. The Five of Swords is our self-sabotaging tendencies. So you are facing these things head on. The Five of Swords also speaks to things that we keep hidden. And I do feel like there are things that you keep hidden from other people. And I don't know if they're coming up, bubbling up to the surface, or if you're just parsing them out by yourself in this month. Your challenge through the month, again, is healing. You've got Temperance here, and this is also your card, Sag. So there's this feeling throughout your reading of you wanting freedom, you wanting to embody the most authentic parts of yourself that are very true to you as a Sagittarius. You want to travel, you want to learn more, you want to study and maybe educate yourself on things and try new things and try new hobbies. You're somebody who likes new things and you like to constantly learn. And I do feel like there's a part of you that has been suppressed, or maybe that feels a little bit suffocated. You've got the Six of Wands, the Three of Pentacles, and the Sun, for those of you who also read tarot or who are just familiar with the cards. The Six of Wands tells me that this is about how you present yourself to the world. There is a sense that you perform. Yet you perform and put on a mask, and you keep your cards close to your heart. So how does this show up in work, for example? You're somebody who goes to work and you put on a new personality at work. Or if you're struggling emotionally, when you go to work, you're like, you know what? I'm smiling through it. I'm not letting anybody know what's going on with me. I'm not telling anybody what's actually going on with me. When they ask me about my weekend, I'm just going to lie and say, oh, it was nice. I did this, that, and the third, relaxing, when it really wasn't relaxing at all. So there's something here about that. You are seen favorably, again, at work or with friends, out in society. When you're around people, you're seen in this really lovely light. They see you as this person who is very loving, very compassionate, very sweet. But it's almost like it's not the full story. And also, I want to say that I feel like September is a really lovely month to be doing this, because I think there's some supportive energies from eclipse season. Eclipse season is happening. We have a lunar eclipse happening on September 7th, and then eclipse season technically lasts until September 21st, which is when we have a solar eclipse in Virgo. So in that span of time, but also basically across the whole entire month of September, you're going to be having these energies and dealing with these energies that want you to shed, that want you to change, that want you to be the best version of yourself. But you can't do that if you're holding on to a bunch of stuff from the past. And so eclipses come in to help us shed those things. And I feel like this is a perfect time for you to be doing this. Now, when I asked for your advice, I got the Eight of Cups and the Ten of Cups. Your guides want you to leave behind a certain way of acting, behaving, thinking. And I wanted to clarify what this was, because they want you to go towards happiness. They want you to go towards joy and contentment. But the thing is, that's very vague when I say it like that. So I was like, I need a little bit something more. They gave me the Moon and the Five of Wands in what they want you to leave behind. The Moon is hiding things. The Moon is like the master at hiding things behind the dark side of the Moon. This is illusion, not telling the truth about a struggle. And the Five of Wands is that struggle. I don't know if you don't tell people about what's going on with you. I don't know if you keep everything so hidden, but it does feel like that. And I asked, well, how can you do this? How can Sagittarians actually put this into action. Got the Nine of Pentacles and the Nine of Cups, the two cards of true self-fulfillment and success. These are energies that are independent. So first and foremost, your guides want you to think about what is best for you. What brings you joy? Not what brings your partner joy, not what brings your family joy. What makes you happy? Where do you like to spend time on the weekend? The Nine of Cups is this person in like a sauna. So they're like enjoying the sauna, they're under the willow tree. The Nine of Pentacles, it's this badass lady with a bird on her arm, and she's built this whole empire, really. The Nine of Pentacles is somebody who's worked so hard for what they have, and now they're getting to sit and enjoy. So this is really you asking yourself, what can I do to comfort myself, and how can I actually let go and enjoy myself in my free time? Now, you've also got the Page of Wands, and I do think this is connected to your need for travel and adventure, something new, something different. In order to like enjoy your life, you need to kind of think about what you want. You can't keep thinking about what other people typically do for fun. What do you want to do for fun? And then the Six of Swords and the World came up. Again, the World, travel. Like getting out of your comfort zone. And I think that's something that Sagittarians really like to do. It's like invigorating for you. And the Six of Swords, again, travel, but also a transition. The Six of Swords signals a transition, as well as the Eight of Cups here. So you're really being asked to move differently and leave these painful feelings behind. But at the same time, I'm a Cancer, I'm a water sign. Like, just saying, leave your bad feelings behind, or leave your bad memories behind. Like, that is so like impossible for me to think about even doing, like for myself, let alone saying to another person to do that. Because how does one do that, you know? You got the Five of Pentacles, the Five of Cups, and the Hanged Man. I think this is tied up to Saturn retrograding into Pisces. I was listening to the Astrology podcast today by Chris Brennan. Highly recommend. It's on YouTube, and it's on any kind of podcast app. And they were talking about how Saturn retrograding back into Pisces is like the big snake at the bottom of the ocean, because Pisces is a water sign. That is really sad. It's like this depressed water dragon that like lurks beneath the waves and like consumes us all. That's how they kind of framed Saturn and Pisces, and I couldn't put it in a better way, because that's exactly how the energy feels, and I think it's weighing you down. And this happens until February 2026. Five of Pentacles and Five of Cups are emotional difficulties, getting stuck in regret, getting stuck in pain, getting stuck in all of the past painful memories. This Five of Cups card, this person has two full cups behind them, but they're stuck on the three that have fallen over. See what I mean? And the Five of Pentacles, it's this person crying under a tree. They feel outcast, rejected, and it's just like this hopelessness. And when I was meditating on your reading beforehand, I saw snow. And whenever I see snow, my guides let me know that that is indicative of either you're literally in a place with snow and it's cold, or emotionally you are going through a hard time. So at the end of the month in September, you've got the Six of Swords again, as well as the Seven of Swords. So it feels like you are trying to transition away from these difficult feelings by the end of the month. I'm not sure if you're succeeding. I'm not sure what the progress looks like by the end of the month. I do want to kind of clarify that before we move on, because the Seven of Swords, again, is somebody who's sneaking around. They're not really telling people what's going on. They're very unconfrontational. Where are Sagittarians going? The High Priestess. Yeah, you're not really telling people what's going on. It just feels like you're keeping your cards very close to your heart. And, you know, rightfully so. Maybe this just isn't the time for you. Yeah, the Moon. It's just not the time. Five of Swords. Four of Cups. King of Swords. Two of Wands. It's just not the time yet to tell people what's going on. It's not the time yet to share whatever it is that you're hiding. And that's okay. You know what? It's just not the time. but you're still aware, and it feels like you're making the transition. You're trying to help yourself out of this rut that you're in, because you've got the Two of Wands, which is a planning energy. King of Swords, same as this Queen of Swords here. You are aware, you are taking the necessary steps to help yourself, and you've got the Fool right underneath as well. So that's a new beginning, that's stepping into a fresh new energy. I just feel like September, at the end of the month, it's just not yet time for you to be fully, completely phased out with this. So you know what? Let's move away from that then. We'll see what happens in October, you know? Maybe it's just that eclipse season is going to be like a lot, so that when you move into October, maybe things cool down. Who knows? Ooh. Oh, wow. Yeah, I told you that I was seeing snow. There you have the winter card. An ending, recharging, and reflection. So this is actually a time to embrace an ending, face it head on, but to do it in a way where you're reflecting upon it. So you're not going out and telling the world what's going on, because you're processing it yourself in September. And there's a cardinal on this card, so I don't know if you'll maybe see a cardinal in the month of September. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's that snow that I was seeing. The other cards you've got here that flipped up, there's the broom card, which is funny because you've also got the clean it up card. So you've got two brooms in your reading. This is kind of the same message, energy clearing and freshening. So it's like you're moving through this interesting process throughout the month where there's an ending happening, you're reflecting on it, you're very quiet in your energy, and then it's like you get a boost of energy and you're like, you know what, we're cleaning it up. We're healing, we're cleaning it up, freshening up the energy, we're getting the old energy out. And then the other card you have is sow, which is planning, setting intentions, and optimism. So then you move into this different energy where it's like, okay, how can we plan? How can we make this better? How can we move forward? I do see that across your reading, absolutely. So, oh wow, and you've got on the bottom bird, which is freedom and opportunity. A lot of the same themes popping up there. So last but not least, we'll see which animal guide is walking with you through the month. I'm wondering if they're going to show another bird. I wonder if it's a bird who's guiding you through the month, encouraging you to spread your wings and fly. Excuse my corniness. You've got giraffe. Aspire to higher knowledge and wisdom. If you work with archangels, giraffes are ruled over by Archangel Jophiel. So let's get the message from the guidebook for this animal guide. When you receive this card of higher wisdom, it suggests that you look beyond the limitations of your current circumstances and situations. Continue to fulfill your daily commitments and responsibilities diligently, while you explore your life from a higher perspective. You may then see things very differently. Internal change will inevitably follow, and this is automatically reflected in your world. Giraffe wisdom reminds you to act graciously and with dignity, serenity, and balance at all times, and this will enable you to fulfill your dreams and your destiny. Stand in your power. I feel like this also speaks to wanting more for yourself, wanting to learn more, which is also what I mentioned at the beginning of this reading, that you're somebody who craves new information and that you like to learn. So that is who is guiding you through all of this in September, Sag, and that is all I have for you. So I hope this reading was helpful, and I hope that you can return to it throughout the month for advice, clarification, guidance that you feel that you may need. And I will see you next time for the October general readings. Take very good care. I'm wishing you the best of luck throughout this situation, and we'll see what October brings for you next month.